matter what your taste is or what you're feeling like for the moment, you can get it all here.
There's so much to do, and you can be any person you want to be, really.
I'm Captain Chris. I own and operate Pleasure House Oysters, and we grow boutique oysters for restaurants on the Lynnhaven River. The history of Virginia Beach is very unique. It goes back to 1607 when the first settlers that ended up settling up at Jamestown landed at Cape Henry. What we now know from the records of George Percy, the naturalist on board, it came upon a band of Indians roasting oysters on the beach. So they kind of fled, and the settlers sat down and finished this oyster roast and commented on how great they were. So the first food review of the New World happened in Virginia Beach, and it was about our oysters. Virginia Beach is a very diverse city. You can, one day, be on a stretch of beach in Sandbridge where nobody's walked in probably a week, and then the next minute you can be, 31st Street having a great time. And that's the beauty of Virginia Beach. The senses are bombarded when you're out here. Not only the oysters, but the environment itself. We work with local restaurants, some of the best restaurants at Virginia Beach, to provide them with the best oysters. And then that way everyone gets a chance to have them. The local chefs oftentimes will have a topping on the oyster, and sometimes they'll just have them plain on a bed of ice, and the oyster just speaks for itself and speaks for the river that way.
My name is Christina Chastain, and I own Esoteric. We are a restaurant. Our proximity to the Atlantic Ocean, it's just ripe for all sorts of, seafood culture. We're so fortunate to be a coastal city and have that afforded to us. Just our aquaculture, I think, is the most unique thing about Virginia Beach cuisine. What specifically brought me to Esoteric was 17th Street, which is one of the oldest thoroughfares in Virginia Beach, and then it became an arts district, the Vibe District. It's a gritty area, it's an urban area. We're also in an area just a couple blocks from the ocean front, so we're fortunate to get a lot of locals with the tourists. I think the tourists that come here are sort of an educated tourist. They're looking for craft beer bars, they're looking for modern American cuisine. So all of those influences really affect our menu, our culture, and of course our beverage program. I think we are experiencing a big growth in arts and culture in Virginia Beach. We have Mocha that's been here for a long time. That's sort of been the gold standard of what we want to be. I think Mocha is branching out, and our artistic endeavors are very eclectic now.
Virginia Beach is a very large town. I think we're the largest city in the state. We have a downtown Virginia Beach evolving in town center now, where there's retail shopping, nice restaurants, etc., tall office buildings. So I think you really have a little bit of everything, and that's what probably would surprise people the most, is that we have a lot more than just a beach.
The surf culture is one that's inescapable in the city of Virginia Beach, and certainly that's reflected in how people present themselves in the city. That beach influence and my Vans and my flip-flops and my board shorts are never too far away. I think one thing that might surprise visitors to Virginia Beach is how much history exists here. We have a park that's situated right on the ocean in Virginia Beach called First Landing State Park, and that's where European explorers first arrived in North America. In Virginia Beach, we're seeing an emergence in arts and culture, as well as appreciation for that. And so one of my most favorite neighborhoods is the Vibe Creative District, and that's some neighborhood in the Virginia Beach Resort that is emerging.
I think in terms of innovation and forward thinking, Virginia Beach is kind of setting the bar in that they've placed emphasis and value on having this arts Vibe Creative District right along their prime real estate at the ocean front. And so by having this Vibe District so close, that allows tenants to come here and kind of enhance the overall real estate.
So what we're seeing there are creative people settling in this neighborhood and changing it. So we're seeing this evolution in this neighborhood, and these really small independent galleries where you can find locally made, handcrafted objects, and these kind of artisan coffee shops opening next door.
I like a quote by Kenneth Graham from Wind in the Willows. Believe me, there's nothing half so much worth doing as simply messing about in boats.
I think Virginia Beach is on the cusp of greatness, notoriety, and we are really going to experience a very big renaissance.
Come see how we live the life in Virginia Beach.